No, he didn't do it. Somebody said his nickname was Blanket. Man, his stepfather, Gene Dupape, said David Dupape grew up in Powell River, British Columbia, and left Canada about 20 years ago to pursue a relationship that brought him to California. I really don't know what to think. The suspect's uncle, Mark Dupape, said of his nephew's alleged attack on Pelosi. Hopefully it's a scam. I don't want to hear something like that. His uncle knows the truth. It's a scam. Thanks, Unc. Thanks, Unc, for being honest. People who knew Dupape in California described him as an odd character. In a 2013 article in the San Francisco Chronicle, identified him as a hemp jewelry maker and said that he lived with a nudist activist. A nudist activist is the epitome of a liberal. It's a liberal. Other photos published by the Chronicle showed Dupape fully clothed at a nude wedding on the steps of San Francisco City Hall. Linda Schneider, a California resident, told CNN she got to know Dupape roughly 8 years ago and that he occasionally house sat for her. He's very responsible. When they met, she said Dupape was living in a storage unit in the Berkeley area and told her that he had been struggling with hard drugs but was trying to create a new life for himself. So now you're telling me he's a drug addict. So y'all are telling me, listen to me. Y'all telling me he's a drug addict, hemp jewelry maker, lived with a nudist activist, pothead, but now we see his hard drugs. Somebody said his nickname was Blanket, and he's from Canada. That type of person doesn't do this kind of stuff. I'm sorry. She said he was extremely shy, of course, extremely shy. He said he couldn't even go and have a bank account because he was terrified of speaking to a teller. So you mean to tell me, listen to me. You mean to tell me this funny looking dude, looking like Corky from Life Goes On, you mean to tell me that this dude right here, the person that was too shy to get a bank account, had the balls and the cojones to break into Nancy Pelosi's house and attack her husband? There's no way. Most folks ain't bold enough to break into somebody's house while they're home without a gun, with a hammer. And y'all still on here talking about, oh, it's possible. It's possible. It seems possible. Boy, y'all go for fried. My dad used to say, boy, you go for fried ice cream. That means you go for anything. I got some beachfront property in Idaho. You want to buy some? Y'all go for anything. What happened to y'all? What happened to black people street smarts? Y'all ain't got no game to see through this? The woman said the man was so socially awkward and scared that he was afraid to have a bank account. You think a person that shy is going to have the nerve to break into somebody's house with a hammer? Stop, y'all. Right, it was Pelosi's hammer. This is foolish. A liberal from Canada swinging hammers like he Thor. Get out of here. Hitting the man in the stomach. So nobody hit nobody with a hammer with in the stomach. Stop. They done broke the glass from the inside and the glass shattered out on the patio. We all see it. These folks ain't that. Listen, we know these folks are bad because the Hollywood movies are trash. So the Hollywood movies are trash. So in a way, this stuff gonna be good. This stuff gonna be trash too. Let's continue.
Officers observed Mr. Pelosi and the suspect both holding a hammer. The suspect pulled the hammer away from Mr. Pelosi and violently assaulted him with it. Our officer.
Okay, so let me get this straight. They were struggling over the hammer before the police got there. But when the police get there, the guy, the liberal Canadian hemp jeweler maker / nudist, that guy was able to then snatch the hammer from John Pelosi and then violently attack him. Now, we all know that when that Thor, can't nobody pick up the Thor hammer but Thor. We all know this. I think the Hulk picked it up a few times and we saw Captain America pick it up. But for the most part, unless you're the Hulk or Captain America, you can't pick up Thor's hammer. So y'all mean to tell me the police came to the scene, they saw John holding the hammer and the other guy holding the hammer, and they was just holding it. Then the guy took it from John and then hit him in the head with it and hit him in the stomach, all while the police. So you mean to tell me you had this big plotting scheme to how you gonna get into the house with the hammer and attack her, but you didn't even verify she's gonna be at the house. And all you had to do was look on the news. All you had to do was Google. Okay, but y'all believe it. Okay, y'all believe it. Conveniently, she was in Washington, D.C., way across the country, and this quote-unquote dummy didn't even know that, and y'all believe it. There is no way. The police said they sat there and watched the man hit him with the hammer. So they said he got hit in the head and the stomach. So you mean to tell me the police looked and didn't rush him immediately? How did he get the first hit off? How did he get the second hit off?
Nancy Pelosi has a Capitol Police security detail 24/7, but they were not at the San Francisco house because she was not there.
So this guy thought Nancy Pelosi was there, and she got 24-hour security. Are y'all buying it? Are y'all still buying it? Are y'all still buying it? Are you all still buying that Nancy Pelosi has 24-hour security, and this guy thought he was going to be able to get through the security with a hammer? So he must have thought he was Thor. He must have been so high that he thought he was Thor. That's all I can get. What y'all got? He thought he was Thor. Because ain't no way in the world he thought he was finna pick up a hammer and go to Nancy Pelosi's house and not get shot at least 50 times. At least 50. At least 50. There's no way the police are going to sit there and let a man get beat with a hammer. You finna get shot. You about to get popped. Come on, man. 24-hour security, and you think you're going to get through it with a hammer. He thought he was Thor. That's all I can think of. Let's continue.
We want to send our best to Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul, a lovely, lovely man who was brutally attacked in his own home in the middle of the night. Nancy's husband, Paul.
Here's what we have learned about the accused attacker. He sells hemp jewelry. He's a conspiracy theorist and espouses racist views. He said,
okay. Hemp jewelry maker, conspiracy theorist, but he's a racist. How many races do you all know that are nudists and hemp jewelry makers? How many nudists do y'all know that are racist? Hemp jewelry makers. Like, these are the folks that are liberal, all-inclusive, let's live, let's love. So you mean to tell me that guy, the liberal guy from Canada, the liberal guy that's dating a nudist, the liberal guy that smokes, does drugs, smokes pot, makes hemp jewelry, lives in Berkeley, is literally afraid of a bank teller, that guy's racist? That guy's racist. A guy that was too afraid to get a bank account because he was afraid to be in front of a teller, that guy's racist. Thank you, King Tabernacle. I don't know any racist hippies. Now, I know a whole bunch of racist liberals. I don't know any racist hippies, though. This dude is beyond. This dude is a Canadian liberal / hemp making hippie nudist. He belongs to too many groups. I guarantee he cares about the planet, the environment. Man, listen, man, this is crazy. There ain't no way he racist. Ain't no way. You know what? He looks kind of like Thor when he gained that weight. Remember in Avengers movie when Thor had got fat and sloppy? He looked kind of like Thor, so he might have thought he was Thor. He might have thought he was Thor. Let's continue.
City Hall in 2013. President Biden expressed outrage. A horrible attack, he said, adding he was praying for Paul Pelosi and Speaker Pelosi's whole family. And the FBI foiled an alleged plot to assassinate Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh in July. Nancy Pelosi was a key target of the January 6 rioters.
I told you, all them folks from January 6th is locked up. I told y'all, all this is doing is to give credibility to January the 6th. It's a setup. This ain't real, man. Ain't nobody trying to kill these folks. Who? I just told y'all that the shooter in Buffalo was a liberal. The guy that shot the subway up, the black dude, the quote-unquote black militant, is a Democrat. All these shooters on the left, they all got liberal ideologies. I told y'all this whole stunt was to give January the 6th the credibility that folks are still in danger. He was really attacked. Man, it's BS, man. That dude, ain't no way in the world that dude did that. And the glass was broken out. They zoom in. Oh, we see the hammer still on the ground right there. Get out of here. That's right. Nothing but a psyop for these midterms.